Hello y'all. Welcome to part 2 of my Social Liberal Russian Federation playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Novum Vexillum. I am also using Novum Vexillum Global Conflict, which is a sub-mod for Novum Vexillum, and in part 1 we had Putin lose the election in Russia, and now we have Gregory Yablinski and the Yabloko party in charge of the nation. And right now we're doing some bureaucratic reform, and after that we will eventually end up fighting some authoritarian states or allying with the US and invading China. Well, we'll invade the PRC, the People's Republic of China. And we have all of our army basically situated on the Chinese border. And let me move some units we have near Kazakhstan over to our main buildup in Manchuria, near Manchuria. Let's get all the motor rifle units here, the motor rifle divisions at the very least. And we need these units for encirclement purposes. So let me look here, go to the 3rd Army. The 3rd Army, besides these units, basically consists of all of our armored divisions. As you can see, our tank divisions, that is the entire 3rd Army. They're going to be the tip of the spear when it comes to encirclements for us, and I'm trying to take advantage of the mobility of modern armies, and hopefully that will pay off for us in a possible war with the People's Republic of China. Now let me move this motor rifle division here. We're going to keep all of the motor rifle brigades in Army 4 on the Chinese border in this area near Kazakhstan. And like I said before, we're just getting the motor rifle divisions. They're going to be heading over to Manchuria near Vladivostok. And who's left? Any more? One more division maybe? Yes, one more motor rifle division. So set these guys up. And let me now get a fallback. Actually, no, they'll keep their fallback line they have at Vladivostok. But now they have 10 divisions. They basically doubled the size of the army. So this army is twice as large as it once was. And we just got done researching improved optics. What can we research now, I wonder? Let's research I don't know. Let's research. I can't do anything with industry or engineering right now. Oh, actually I can. Let me get this researched. Modern parabolic antennas. Research slot available. We're good there. Modify officer corps. Let's get ourselves a military high command army logistics guy. And speaking of logistics, we're very far behind in terms of how much equipment we have. Partisan Reactionary News Company, downscales, carry on. And we're just so far behind in how much equipment we have. Like, some of this stuff isn't so bad, like infantry equipment, which is what every army needs. You need guns for your soldiers. We're doing fine there, but for stuff like mechanized and armored personnel carriers, which we utilize a lot of in our division templates, we don't have a lot of them. And now let's get a new focus started. Let's complete an army without corruption. For many years, let me read that focus. For many years, the Russian army has been, it's been corrupt apparently. But after our efforts and civilized purges can be civilized? Okay. We were finally able to get rid of it. Now it's time for the new and greater Russian army to finally shine. And from this focus, we'll get a national spirit called an army without corruption, which will grant us higher division organization and a higher division recovery rate. What I would like is more factories to make more weapons. We have plenty of resources, I think. We just need more military factories. And eventually I will start building more of those, but right now I'm going on a spree of building up. Somebody abdicated. I think that was the King of Bhutan. I believe it was. Over here. Yeah, the Kingdom of Bhutan. 2002 FIFA World Cup. But once I get done building all these civilian factories and railways we need for our invasion of China, I will start constructing a lot of military factories. Modify officer corps, military high command. Let's go with air combat training. Get them. The Tungsta anti-air system has been researched. Now let's start researching. What can we get here? We have attack helicopters already done. Just looking around. Let's go for... We're going to just have to take a... I don't know. Let me keep looking. Let's research Rangers 1. What's this here? Partisan Socialist News Company forecloses. Carry on. And this is all part of that. That event, like randomly generated... Well, not randomly generated, but sort of random event is part of a state system which this mod uses, which can affect the popularity of ideologies, I believe. Yeah, I think it does that. Can I get my navy here out of the Black Sea? I would like that, please. Can we leave? Just take all of our ships over to Vladivostok in the Pacific. Multicam has been researched. Good. Can you leave this area? No, they're stuck in the Black Sea forever. Oh well. We have our entire, well, part of our navy there. The bulk of our fleet is in the Pacific, though. Let's start researching. What can we research for 2003? Anything at all? Or is this all like 2006, 2004? It looks like it is, yeah. Whatever. Let's just start researching. Construction 2. That'll take 562 days. But I'm not left with many other options, so what can you do there? And have those motor rifle divisions arrived? Yes, they have. They have indeed. And to give you an idea of what our armored divisions are wielding here, well, their equipment anyway, our tank divisions at this time are elite forces, so to speak. They have, in their units, they have motorized infantry equipment, motorized artillery, anti-air equipment, support equipment, obviously, and a bunch of MBTs. So in our case, we're like the 5th Guard Tanks Division here. They're armed with T-80s. Other divisions have different equipment, like T-72s. I think we completely got out all the... We don't need any more... Oh, there's some T-72s there. We had some T-64s, I believe. We don't have any more of them, though. We had the technology for them, but they're like the most basic main battle tank we can have in 2000 in this game's start date. And this, yeah, given the date it starts. So now let's now start researching support from the middleman. Our party is not a party that is either ruled by the rich or is for them. We are a party that is for the poor and middle Russians. We can use that to get support from them, and this will give higher popular, well, we'll make social liberalism as an ideology more popular, we'll get more political power, and we'll have more base stability. And Angola has decided to do something down in Africa. I don't know if that will result in any wars, but we will see if it does, for sure. Modify Officer Corps. Spirit of the Academy, let's go the bold attack. Get that done. Also, I didn't mention this, but Persia, well, Iran's in the middle of a civil war. It's between the Islamist and the Shah? Yeah, the monarchist and the fundamentalist, who in this case, Islamic Republic of Iran versus the Imperial State of Iran, who is getting lend-lease from Israel. So the Shah is fighting against the fundamentalist here, the ACC. And it looks like the Imperial State will win in the long run, because the Islamic State was holding out down here, but they're getting encircled and destroyed. Although they are sort of dug in the northwestern part of the country, the Islamist Republic is. So we'll see how long that war goes on. And besides that, there is also a North Korean civil war. So besides South Korea and North Korea, at this point we have Central Korea, kind of. It's like Kim Jong-il leads this group. The UK left NATO, wow. So here we have Kim Jong-il leading a fascist state, fascist North Korea, and he's fighting the People's Republic of Korea, who is basically North Korea but libertarian. And they're being backed by Vietnam, China, and Thailand. Well, Laos. That's who's helping them. They also have lend-lease from a lot of different Asian countries, I will say that. And let me check on the UK. Are they going down a very different political route? I'm not sure. Let me find out there. They are... No, they still have Tony Blair there, so I don't know what they're doing. Modify Officer Corps, modify government. What can we do? Political advisors. Somebody confirms Swiss neutrality. Not very surprising. What can we do here? What can be done? Do we have someone that can help us build factories faster? Naval industrialist, popular figurehead, quartermaster general. No, that's not it. Let's go with the silent workhorse. We'll get one of them for now. Research slot available. Let's start researching, I don't know, integrated designated marksman. I mean, we don't really have any other... There's no point just not researching anything. I'm just going to have to deal with the ahead of time research penalties. And how far away are we from... Okay, this focus is nearly done. After that, we'll do join Group 7, the G7. I assume that is what that focus means. And this path we're going down with Russia, I think it's originally from a Millennium Dawn submod that was implemented into Novum Vexillum Global Conflict, which seeks to port outdated Millennium Dawn submods to Novum Vexillum. And this focus here, join Group 7, we need to further increase our economic ties with other nations. Joining Group 7 can not only do that, but can also show other nations how great the Russian economy is. And this focus, once it's complete, will give us 100% research bonuses for industry technology. That could be useful. That probably will be useful. And now let's start researching. What can we research? I forgot. We can just go ahead and build nuclear bombs. We could do that if we wanted to. Also, ICBMs. Well, oh well. What can I research here? Research, improved anti-tank weapons, and that won't be done until probably sometime in 2003, probably. There's a coup in the Workers' Republic of Sudan, of the Sudan. They're down here, and they're communist. Li Tong-hee is invited to Japan, and Japan breaks off diplomatic ties with China, so maybe Japan might go to war with China. Who's Li Ting-hui? I don't know who that is. And there's a Latvian Civil War. Wow. So in 2002, there's a Latvian Civil War. Free Latvian state who is nationalist versus the communist Latvian Soviet Socialist Republic. And it's led by a guy I think is a generic general portrait for the USSR in vanilla Hearts of Iron 4. And I don't know, there's not exactly a USSR around, so I don't know why the Latvian Soviet Socialist Republic wants to do what they're doing, but who's to stop them, I guess? We could intervene in some way, but I don't want to do that. Also, I will point out that Lithuania is monarchist in this playthrough for some reason. That is a thing that's happened. Modify government, what can we do? Get another advisor, get a war industrialist advisor to help us build military factories quicker when we get to that. And let me move some planes over from Western Russia to Eastern Russia, put them over here in this airbase in Siberia, in Irkutsk. Move more planes over, please, from Perm. Also send them over here to Siberia. Move the entire Russian Air Force out of Western Russia. So we'll have everything prepared for a war with China. Keep moving planes out of here. These planes should have plenty of range, too, honestly. Move a lot of stuff over here to this airbase in Vladivostok. What am I doing? There's a peace conference. Oh, the Latvian Soviet Socialist state. The Free Latvian state lost to the communist. Wow. That's crazy. That's a little shocking. But it is what it is. Now they're like one of the few communist states. Well, they're not the few communist states in the world, but the USSR isn't around anymore, so it makes sort of a interesting situation for a communist Latvia. Keep moving planes to Vladivostok. Also move everything out of Perm. Actually, no, keep them where they are. Anything else needs to be moved? Rangers 1 has been researched. Let's start researching now. Special Forces. Any more planes I gotta move? One more squadron. It's an aviation regiment. Of course it's an aviation regiment. It's a military transport aviation regiment. Move to Vladivostok. I may at some point have to use our airborne divisions, our paratrooper units, but I'm not going to do that just yet because there's no real point for using them. Republic of Korea's democracy is protected. Okay, there still is a civil war in North Korea. It looks like the People's Republic of North Korea is making some advances, but I'm not entirely sure. Let's now research healthcare reform. This says here, it's clear that a modern country needs healthcare that could care for its people. We can't go in the way in which we either ignore or give it to somebody else. We'll take care of our people. And this focus will give us a national spirit called reformed healthcare. And that will grant us higher monthly population and 9% stability, which is not a bad buff at all. After that, we'll probably end up doing Russia on the world stage. That's the logical next step for us to get on. Well, the logical next step for us to take and to focus the tree. And I'm really just looking at this Chinese defensive line here, just pondering a possible encirclement. This is probably going to be the most ideal encirclement route we can take in China. There's a coup in the Republic of Indonesia, and I'm not sure who took over there. Let me check. Indonesia is now... They are nationalist. Okay, then. So there's a nationalist Indonesia. There's also a national... Well, they're a fascist Japan. I don't know what's going to happen there. And does Japan have a puppet? Yes, they do. The Free State of China... Wait. Oh, okay. It's a fascist Taiwan, who is a puppet of Norway, leaves the European Union. Fascist Taiwan, the Chinese Free State, is part of... They're a puppet of Japan at this point. Interesting. Very interesting. And Norway has gone socialist, and they left the EU. And the EU is just suffering, aren't they? I mean, they keep losing members. I think the UK left in part 1 of this playthrough. So, EU has just lost members this entire time. Although, with that said, we're probably going to end up joining the EU. So maybe the Russian Federation being a part of it will make up for the whole UK and Norway leaving thing. I still can't believe Taiwan's a puppet of Japan at this point. It's very interesting. I wonder if Japan is going to attack China, or maybe the US, I don't know. We'll see. Very curious to see what they do. They may try to form an alliance with us. Modified government, who can we get now? More political advisors. Warmonger. What can this guy even do? He's just AI modifier. Focus on offense. That's not very useful to me. What do we have? These are just political advisors. A lot of political advisors. The majority of these people here are political. I mean, they're obviously all political advisors, but I mean, they're all... A lot of them are just a type of advisor who just drifts you toward a certain ideology. But with that said, let's go for maybe... Do we have someone who just helps build stuff? Like a... Who can we get here? Experienced attorney. Wow, that seems useful. Let's get this experienced attorney advisor. He will give us higher political power gain, higher stability, and a higher improved relations opinion. I mean, okay, that will stack well with our silent workhorse, I guess. I suppose it will. A monarchist news station funds new facilities. Whatever. We can get a chief of the Air Force or chief of the Navy now. Let's go with the chief of the Navy then. Get decisive battle. We have a pretty strong Navy. Not sure if it could defeat China's, but we'll have one. And what can we do here? Let's do Russia on the world stage. It's time for Russia to enter the world stage. Get that all done now. That will take about 56 days for that focus. Let's get a chief of the Air Force, go for close air support, and we're going to have to rely heavily on close air support as we focus a lot of our Air Force on Manchuria. Let's move some more planes out of Siberia over to Vladivostok. I need that air base at full capacity. And now, when the war with China draws closer, I'm going to go ahead and deploy the Air Force and give them their missions to just destroy everything they can in Manchuria that belongs to the People's Republic of China. And what is the People's Republic of China doing, I wonder? They could potentially form an alliance with India or Pakistan, which if they formed an alliance with Pakistan or India, that could be bad for us, especially India. India is very powerful in terms of manpower, and they just have a large population. Some news station event. They're also guaranteeing, I think, Vietnam. Yeah, they are. They're guaranteeing the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. And the Socialist Republic of Vietnam is guaranteeing a lot of countries. Or they're being guaranteed by like 5 different other countries. Why, though? I don't know. Not so sure, man. It's like a Southeast Asia Defense Pact. I don't have a clue what's going on there. And we still have not deployed a single new division this entire playthrough, because if you're wondering, we need more mechanized. How's that deficit going, by the way? It's still awful. We need a lot more mechanized. And the United States of America declared war in Iraq, and they are going to be fighting against Saddam Hussein, he's fighting against Germany and the USA. He's dealing with a lot of American soldiers in his country right now, and I'm sure he's going to have to try and hold Baghdad. I don't know if he's going to win there, though. The Americans took a port from him almost immediately, so it'll just probably end up being more Americans. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan joined NATO. Very, very strange to see that there. They are a puppet of... This is very strange, isn't it? Fundamentalist party ideology. Okay, yeah, I get what's happened here. The Islamic Republic of Afghanistan was a puppet state of the USA. Well, it was, yeah, it was a puppet. Now the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is a puppet. And besides that, Iraq has been... American Iraq is now a thing. So is Kurdistan. They're both puppets of the USA at this point. Hoifor's puppeting system has made things very fascinating. Very, how to say, peculiar in the world. Also, why did I not give this land up? They're keeping Basra here. I don't get it. I don't understand it. But now let's do end the rivalry with the USA. And let's read this here. We in the US are both democracies. There is no point in continuing fighting with each other. The time has finally came. Well, time has finally come. And now we'll get more base stability from this. We're getting so much base stability from this focus. And we'll also get a high opinion of the USA, and they'll get a high opinion of us. They'll like us more, essentially. The Americans will like the Russian Federation more. And I still can't believe this. So this is so strange to look at. The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan. I think what the issue is that the ideology of the Taliban, I'm going to just say their name, their ideology, I don't know what caused them to flip like that. It's just so, I don't know, I can't really describe it. It's just so interesting to see. Modified government, modify, who can we get here? Popular figurehead, more stability, just bring on all the stability. We're at 100% stability. If only I could go over 100%. That would be terrific. And right now, modified government again. How much political power do we get today? 2.30. That's very good. What can we do here? Weekly stability. Don't worry about that. Staunch constitutionalist. Okay, this is a road builder guy. I don't need him. Financial veteran. Political power gain. Justify wartime. 40%. No. Fortification gain. Fortification engineer. Don't worry about him. Backroom backstabber. I don't need more political power. I have plenty of it. Royal aristocrat guy. Okay, these are all political. They just cause the ideologies to change if we get them. Who can I find then? I'm looking for them. Road builder. Naval industrialist? I don't know. Let's go for there's no industrial person. I need somebody who can help us build factories. Oh, we already have a captain of industry here. Never mind. Let's just go ahead and get who can be the most useful to us? Let's get a fortification engineer then. That should cover mostly everything when it comes to building stuff, right? We have nearly 45 civilian factories active all at once. We'll soon have at least 45 of them active. We're going to about end our rivalry with the USA. And let me go ahead here in the focus tree, in our construction tab here, go ahead and get the queue ready to start making some more railways across Siberia. Research slot available, and the rivalry is done. Let's start researching advanced optics. It is 2003 at this point, and we want to merge our factions. We want to join NATO. Well, the CSTO will become part of NATO, I think. And let's start improving our opinion of the USA, just so we can guarantee they'll want to let us in. And there's a civil. Oh no, the Laos People's Democratic Republic is invading Cambodia. But let's improve relations with the USA, led by George Bush. And let me check on Cambodia here. Very interesting. Well, I don't know what drove Laos to do this. Laos People's Democratic Republic, they are invading Cambodia, who is getting no help, I believe. They're guaranteeing Mongolia and the Kingdom of Nepal, but for what benefit, I wonder? Doesn't seem to be one. And the Laos People's Democratic Republic they send volunteers to the People's Republic of Korea, but no doubt they're going to probably be returning home. And that means that State of Eritrea declared war on Ethiopia. That's going on now. That's bad. Thai-Japanese alliance. Alright then, so Thailand and Japan are allied at this point, which that's like a repeat of World War II, kind of. And what is this here? Oh, Thailand may go to war against Singapore. They could. There's a coup in the Ugandan Workers' Union. Carry on. Don't worry about this event. Parliamentary crisis. What can we do? What can we do to prevent this? Gain some base stability at the price of political power. Sure, whatever. But Singapore could possibly be invaded by Thailand. And just due to their manpower, I don't know if they can actually stop them. They have Malaysia in a way. So as long as Malaysia is there, they should be fine. Let me check on Uganda now. Uganda is over here. So they're communist Uganda. There's a communist Sudan next to them, so maybe they had influence on the coup in Uganda. Not so sure. Speaking of Sudan, they're still fighting Kenya. Very interesting to see that. Just that's still going on. That happened in part 1, I think. It's still ongoing. That conflict is. Cambodia is holding their ground against Laos. Well, yeah, they are. And the thing about this war is that there's just not a lot of room for either side to really advance. So I predict this will possibly be like a stalemate. Carry on, just don't worry about this event. It'll probably be like a stalemate between the two sides. We no longer get the effects of parliamentary crisis. That was just some random event, I think. And what is China doing? I need to know what they're doing at all times. Did they get a different leader? Maybe the older guy. I don't know if they did or not. I thought, did someone die? I'm not so sure. I don't know. I'm just keeping an eye on. Okay, now Moldova was puppeted. Did they lose to? Okay, they lost to Transnistria, didn't they? The Pridnestrovia Moldavian Republic. Yes, they did lose. That's crazy. Romanian independent state. Oh, they're over there. Moldovan state. That's crazy. So Romania they're nationalists. Wow. So Moldova is a puppet of Transnistria. What a weird turn of events that is. Very interesting. It's very interesting how all the ruling ideologies have worked out for all the countries in this playthrough. I will say, a partisan social liberal news company expands, and we'll participate in an interview with them to get some political power. And we got to back any social liberal political happenings that take place in the country, because this is the social liberal playthrough for Russia, or the Russian Federation. Modified government, what can we do? Conscription law. Let's go up to, I don't know, we can't do that. Levy, duty, what can we do here? I don't know. Not so sure. We have tons of manpower. What can we do? Subsidize agencies. Is this going to do anything? Does this make a difference for public safety? I guess it does. What else can we do? Immigration policy, civil liberties, free. Yeah, sure, we'll make it free because we're social liberal. That seems like something they don't want to do. And this will grant us a faster research speed at the cost of higher war support. Research, well, some factory output and dockyard output. Carry on, don't worry about this. Coup in the Egyptian Khedivate? So what's going on there? There's a coup in Egypt. And I think they're monarchists now. Wow, the Egyptian Khedive. I think that's like the title, the name of the country from the Ottoman days. Bear and the Samurai. What's the deal here? What will we do here? Japan and Russia have had hostile relations ever since the War of 1904, but the time has come for Russia and Japan to resume their relations amid the changing international situation. Japan, a pro-Western country, has transformed itself into a fully anti-Western dictatorship, and the new Japanese leadership is trying to reset diplomatic ties with Russia to confront the United States. A letter from the fascist leader of Japan arrived in the Kremlin today. The Japanese government said Japan and Russia could go together beyond the scars of the past. A group of ministers said they couldn't trust the Japanese, but some said an alliance with Japan is the last chance to make Russia great again. And we'll propose, no, if they give up an island, we'll guarantee independence. They accepted it. We have a Russian-Japanese alliance now. Can we just merge this faction with them? The CSTO no longer exists. We lost Kazakhstan and the Kyrgyz Republic. The CSTO is dead. The CSTO now just has every other country that isn't us. So what does this mean, even? We're going to leave the faction? I don't know what's going to happen now. I'm a little confused. They'll become independent from the... What is happening there? They'll join NATO? Everyone's going to join NATO? The CSTO sort of got... They lost out on that deal. I wish I kept Kazakhstan and co now. I'm sorry, Kazakhstan. I'm sorry, Armenia. And CSTO is collapsing, isn't it? Now it's just Belarus and the Kyrgyz Republic and Kazakhstan. Armenia's gone their own way. They have, yeah. Them and their puppet. That's, well, oh well. Goodbye, CSTO. It went out with a whimper, I suppose. And we're soon to merge our factions with the Americans. And I'm very curious to see how that will work out, considering what we did with Japan. If this leads to Japan becoming best buds with the Americans again, along with Thailand and the Chinese Free State, I will be shocked. That would be a very peculiar, very strange sight to see, as Japan has, well, in this playthrough, due to the path they've gone down, it's very openly anti, they just don't like America's control of the world. Well, their position as a world power, their superpower status, and we have modified government here. What can we do? Let's get a industrial company on board, industrial concern. They're going to be there now. Good. And at this point, I am just really curious what's going to happen. Come on, only a few more days. This is a 140-day focus. Wow, this takes so long. Is everything here just as long as this focus is for this foreign policy path? No. Well, for China, free to people of China, that would take 70 days for the war to start. I just want to see what happens. I want to know, does Japan join us, or is Russia going it alone by merging our factions together? I want to know what will happen. Come on. Come on, we're going to join NATO. We can do it, everybody. NATO with Japan and Russia and everyone else on board. Merge our factions. Come on, do it. One more day. Well, like 2 more days. One more day now. I just got factions have been merged. And who joined? Anyone at all? We got the Chinese Free State somehow in Thailand. How did Japan have no faction now? We just took Taiwan away from Japan. The Chinese Free State in the Kingdom of Thailand is now part of NATO. This is what in the world has happened? Strange alliances aside, NATO once again has a country which it can use. Well, America once again has a country it can use as a launch pad to navally invade mainland China with. We had Japan. Well, they had Japan in the past, but Japan left NATO. Well, they stopped the American-Japanese alliance, so that was put to an end. But now NATO has Taiwan on their side, or more accurately, the Chinese Free State, which is fascist Taiwan. That's who we have here. And now, in our focus tree, let's complete the focus. Free the people of China. That's right, we're going to go to war with China. What are we seeking to get out of this, you may ask? We are going to take a lot of land in Manchuria. We may give one state to a puppet called Manchuria, possibly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and go to research slots here. Start researching ceramic body armor. We're getting ready for a conflict. And let's move the 3rd Army on the position at this point. From Vladivostok, going to be set up here on the border. And we'll be prepared to activate our offensive order into Manchuria. Hopefully they have a good planning bonus. I don't know if that's how that works or not. Let's also go ahead and start deploying the Russian Air Force in the skies over Manchuria. So we have a lot of air superiority, close air support as well. We'll be around here doing those orders. Who else is here can we use? What are these guys for? What do they do? Oh, strategic bombers. Yeah, do some strategic bombing. Get all that done. We had no nukes at this time. I didn't actually bother to make any nukes, which may have been a mistake, but it is what it is. And let's assign these units here. Air superiority. Also close air support. Just focus on close... Actually, no. Just focus on... We have planes doing close air support. We also have planes doing air superiority. And let's put out some maritime patrol aircraft in the Yellow Sea, just so they can attack any kind of Chinese ships that may be in the area. Do we have any more naval squadrons? I don't know if we do or not. Whatever, just send these planes out now. Do air superiority, also close air support, and let's make sure all these planes are do strategic bombing, get all that done. Those heavy bomber wings. Russia has a lot of heavy bomber wings, I will say that. Aviation regiments, whatever you want to call them. Move these planes here, also into Manchuria, just do close air support. Have that ready to go. Also have these planes just do close air support and strategic bombing. So we're going to just dominate the Chinese ground forces with our air force, hopefully. And the bad part is that once this conflict begins, we're going to probably sustain a lot of damage to our air force, which will be hard to fix, just due to our production capacity. And in our land doctrine tree here, we just are now getting access to, right before the war begins. Let's go with superior firepower. And we need to do that for a soft attack. Free the people of China will take 70 days to complete. And all these Japanese divisions that are in Russia are leaving now. Yeah, I'm sorry guys, that peace treaty was fake. I'm sorry. I mean, that alliance wasn't very real. We did get some islands out of that though, so we got these islands here, I think. The Kuril Islands. Do they have their own country? Oh, the Ainu do. Which is okay. Whatever. We just got some islands out of that short-lived alliance. Victory for Russian Federation, yeah. Diplomatic geniuses, are we? And now let's start researching. Let's research paratroopers 2 to get those VDV troops. We have more buffs like organization and soft attack, I think. And they are elite forces. But as I've said before, to get soft attack and organization from this, as I've said before in the past, I believe, I'm not going to be using them for any airborne operations, because I don't really want to bother with that at this time, because they might be too isolated and get destroyed as we try to advance forward. I just want to see what the Chinese army could possibly have fight against, what they could possibly use against us before I deploy any Air Force units. I'm really going to be counting on, okay, Taiwan left the faction, so the Chinese Free State. Well, that's awkward. Whatever. Now they're being guaranteed by Japan. At least Chinese Free State, they stopped being a puppet of... Japan. They got that out of the whole deal. I'm sort of sad we lost the entire CSTO, though. They're sort of still going their own way. The Kyrgyz Republic and Kazakhstan and Belarus. They just kind of exist now. Who even leads the faction? Oh, Kazakhstan leads to CSTO now. That's what the situation's like for them at this point. Well, we joined NATO. That was the cost of us joining NATO, I suppose. In NATO at this point, we have the USA, Belgium, just listing off all the members, the Kingdom of Belgium, Canada, the Czech Republic, the Kingdom of Denmark, the Faroe Islands, Greenland, the French Republic, the Federal Republic of Germany, the Hellenic Republic, Hungary, Republic of Turkey, the Italian Republic, the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, the Netherlands, the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus, the Republic of Poland, Portuguese Republic, Kingdom of Spain, Kurdistan, and American Iraq. We don't have no Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, apparently. I don't know why. Let me go to this here. Material designer, do small arms company. And did the Islamic Emirate break off? No, they are a puppet, but they aren't part of any faction. Okay, then. But we do at least have the help of the Americans, who have a lot of units in Iraq still, for some reason. I don't know why they wanted to take this one piece of land from Iraq and nothing else. It's very strange. But it is what it is. At least we'll have the backing of many countries in Europe that could help us in our war. I just need them. I don't know what we could do. And the Persian Civil War is over. Well, the Iranian Civil War has ended. The Imperial State of Iran won as expected. That's over now. That conflict in the Middle East is. Let's now start researching. What can we research here that would be useful? Let's research maybe support companies. No, that wouldn't be right. What do we need? A 2004 level tech. Oh yeah, all this industry stuff. Let's do modern machinery too. And are these railroads we're building going up? They kind of are. They'll soon be all ready in the near future. And Free the People of China is done. And now, in our national focus tree, let's go ahead and join EU, because there's no better time to EU than a world war. Well, war in Asia. Available war goal. Declare war on top of the government of China. Call in the allies. Everyone, please come help us, please. We have tons of soldiers here. And it's begun. Call in the order now. Let's begin the offensive. They called Hong Kong in to help them. Germany's going to help us invade China. That's going on. At this point, we are advancing. Let's start this encirclement operation we had in mind. We're going to aim to link up with these units here in this part of Manchuria. Just break through their lines and get an encirclement. I've seen an encirclement opportunity already. Trap these units here. Move forward. If we just encircle as many units as possible, that would be a great benefit to Russia. Research slot available. We're going to need more military factories also. Get industrial alloys researched. And we are just advancing through whatever the Chinese have in this area. We could get a mini encirclement done. Let's manage that, possibly. Pause this advance here. Get this done, actually. Yeah, make this encirclement a thing. Try to, anyway. Through these units around and trap these units inside. Don't let them escape. These Chinese units here. The Third Army is taking their sweet time moving forward. And can I give one of these guys a leader trait? I don't know if they can or not. Did we lose a division already? Maybe we did. Give a trait to this unit leader. We'll give him, what can we give him? Give him Guerrilla Fighter for more entrenchment speed. And this unit here is holding defensively as expected. They're doing all right. We're having our logistics be attacked. Well, our trains are being attacked by the Chinese. How many planes do they have up here? Yeah, their whole Chinese Air Force is fighting against the Russian Air Force, MiG-27s versus whatever China has. Those look like, honestly, Chinese versions of MiGs, I want to say. I know China sort of, how to say, reverse engineered a lot of Russian tech during the Cold War, so I imagine their arsenal includes a lot of that stuff. Let's get this encirclement done, though. Trap these units here. Come on, the Third Army just moves so slow. Oh, great, now they have another. Just go for it, please. That's all you gotta do. Trap them. And now the encirclement has been made. Let's join war request from Poland. Poland's gonna help us fight China. I'm sure they'll be of great use. And let's encircle these units even more. And I think the Third Army is sort of a little bit redundant here, almost. It feels like that. These guys are going to be destroyed, aren't they? Or no? I guess not. Whatever, take this area, move in and encircle these Chinese divisions, and make sure they don't escape this pocket. Go for a wider encirclement, I guess, with the Third Army, who is taking their sweet time. Did they just have no equipment or something? I don't know. Somebody was promoted. Some event there. Encircle these enemy troops. Get that done. And the Chinese are moving forward with more divisions, I believe. Oh, great. And we're making a lot of gains, I will say. Our Air Force is playing a huge part here. Let's actually move, or no, just keep the encirclement going. Trap this one unit here. Attack this unit who wants to try and rescue their comrades. Destroy these Chinese divisions in this pocket. And the Czech Republic has been called into the conflict by Poland. Even if our allies don't really send us any troops, we can maybe get some Lend-Lease, I don't know. And here we have the 6th Guard Motor Rifles Brigade fighting some military district, the Anthui military district. Just destroy these units outright. These garrison troops and military districts are going to disappear shortly. I think Russia, okay, our divisions got smashed there, didn't they? They did. Let's get these guys a new frontline order. Or maybe they might be better off just, I don't know, just being part of the main advancing force. Move up here, probably. Yeah, I think that might be a better idea. Move the entirety of the... all the entire Third Army goes up here in this area. Move them up here, push here, advance more, get another encirclement done. Here's some Lend-Lease from Germany. Thank you, Germany. Send us support equipment, modern anti-air, modern artillery, and some tanks or motorized. I don't know. We're going to get that, though. Where's the Americans? Are they involved in this? I don't know. And Hungary is joined. Canada is joined. We really... oh, now the Islamic immigrant of Afghanistan joined they joined NATO. So we have Afghanistan on the side of NATO at this point, who has a border with China. So maybe they might be a distraction. What's this here? This is some island Japan took. They might go to war with the USA as this war is taking place. I'm not so sure, though. Keep advancing here. With the 2nd Army of Russia. Iceland joined NATO also. We'll have Iceland on our side. Bulgaria joined NATO. So a lot of countries are joining NATO now. Somebody was promoted. Some ace event there. Keep advancing. Can we just lock down these enemy forces, please? It might not be a good idea to use all these tank divisions, now that I think about it. They're not really getting their objectives accomplished. And people are joining the war. Technically, I don't know if they're actually going to help, but they are part of the war effort, officially. Unofficially, though, they may not be doing much of anything. And let's move this division over here, this Armored Division Motor Rifle Brigade. The Third Army is just not really gone. They've not really been used. They haven't been really effective as we hoped they would be. I will say that much. They just do not move very fast. They don't seem to move as fast as you'd want for an army that's supposed to be focused on encirclements. And it looks like there's one Japanese division that's stuck still in Russia. I guess they're just going to be observers to everything. And there's our first our first allied unit here. They're from Turkey. They're all the way in the far eastern part, well, the most eastern part of Russia, I guess. Can we get this encirclement, please? Get this done. Lock down these enemy troops. Can you just get that done? We need one order. One advance here to be successful. We have the entire Air Force here. How's that going, by the way? The air war over. Oh, we also have German divisions here. Motorized, infantry divisions, Turkish divisions. American forces are starting to arrive. Our allies are here. I really wish we had Kazakhstan in this war. That could have made this a lot easier for us. I'm hoping the Americans can launch some naval invasions, or someone can. And what is the 4th Army doing? They're just dug in. That's all I told them to do, just dig in. And how is oil? We need more fuel. We need more fuel indeed. We don't have enough fuel. We're Russia. Why don't we have more fuel? Get all the fuel in the world. USA, help us. Give us more fuel. We need it. Also, build more things. How is... okay, we need those railroads still. That is still a problem. Just advance here. Get the encirclement done. That's all you gotta do. Encircle the few enemy units in your way. Smash through the enemy lines here. Or not. That's not going to work. Forget that then. And how's the Air Force doing? They are... we need more fuel, don't we? They are dominating the skies still, or no? I don't know. Let's get more fuel, though. We don't have enough. We're using too much of it up. More fuel. All the fuel. There. More fuel is coming to Russia now. The Air Force just is so massive. We need more fuel. We should have built some refineries. Here's some stuff from Belgium. They're giving us some planes and artillery, I think. More factories. We're using so many factories for fuel. It's ridiculous. We're not even deploying the Navy. This is just the Air Force and the tanks we have. I mean, I'm not really surprised by all this, though. And now we have an all-around tank designer. Let's go with, I don't know, Autocar, possibly? Yeah. Or no, fast tank designer. Higher max speed, higher reliability. Just break through these guys here. That's all you gotta do. A handful of divisions are just in your way. Just break through this small group of units and get the encirclement established. I think I'm better off just making them part of an army instead of using them like this. Let's move one of these motorized divisions out of here, though. Move them over to, one of these motor rifle divisions, send them over to the 1st Army. Move the entirety of the... Halt what you're doing. There could be a better opportunity for an encirclement, maybe. Move these guys all the way over here. Go down here. New division has been deployed. It's a modern tank brigade. Are they? No, they're a motor rifle division. Move them over to the 3rd Army again, I guess. And get these guys in position down here for the encirclement. We need more fuel, don't we? We need all the fuel in the world. My goodness, we're just going to take all of America's oil supply, aren't we? For our Air Force. We have some Lend-Lease from the Netherlands. Thank you. Did we join EU? Did we officially join? I guess we did. Let's do this here now. Get integration effort completed. Recent deeds. That's not very useful for us. Let's instead go to our military branch of the focus tree. Start researching Russian armed forces. We can... Doctrines available. Air doctrine. Battlefield support. Unlock that. Lend-Lease from the Italians. Main battle tanks. Anti-air. All that stuff. Good. Keep advancing here. Get encirclement accomplished. Breakthrough in this area. No, it's not going to work. Just pressure the Chinese. All we got to do. Partisan conservative activist gains prominence. Carry on. Whatever. What's missing then? Somebody's been promoted. Okay. What are we missing at this point? What do we need? Air wings with no missions. Oh, they're over here. So move over here. Where are they at? Oh, they're over here. Just have them fly in Central Asia. Do air superiority and close air support. Just like 2 air wings, aviation regiments. They're going to help out with our 4th Army over there. And the... Can these guys advance here, please? Take Harbin. Capture that area. Use force attack. You have so much armor and tanks. Just break through. Yes, the 3rd Army is going to be useful for once. Just break through here. Take these lines. Dig in for some amount of time. And just hold down this area with motorized units. These motor rifle divisions we have so many of. And just use the tanks as a spear to shatter whatever China may have in front of us. So just keep moving forward. Take this city with our armor. This huge concentration of Russian armor. We're advancing more into Manchuria. Good. Move in. Get this encirclement accomplished. Maybe keep them pinned down. Please. Pin them down. 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 Move into an encirclement position. Okay, this isn't working. They're moving a lot of forces there. Hold your position, though, and get this encirclement done. Let's now actually move back. Oh, they have an encirclement here or no? Okay, they're just losing ground. Never mind. We are making a lot of advances here, but just going slowly. But that's no surprise. I wish I didn't leave the CSTO. Why did I make that alliance with Japan? It was just a bluff to see if they'd agree with giving us those islands. Whatever, we researched dive bombing. Let's move the entirety of the 4th Army away from their positions. If we end up losing that province near Harbin, okay, we just need to break through here. We need the 3rd Army to really break through. I gotta micro these guys effectively. I also gotta delete that old order, or never mind, I already got it. It's not a problem. And how's equipment doing? Logistics. Everything's a nightmare. It is indeed a nightmare. I can only imagine how bad everything is for China. And yeah, I bet their logistics is just as bad as ours. Hong Kong has capitulated. Is there a naval invasion? There's a naval invasion, yeah. The Polish naval invasion of Hong Kong. That will go in the history books, won't it? So Poland's moving into Hong Kong. That'll probably end up being a beachhead for the rest of NATO to move into China. Let's start researching BMP-3s. Get that done. Although that is sort of far ahead. Honestly, that's like a 2006 level tech breakthrough here. Just break these armored divisions. We got to encircle this huge swath of Chinese forces here. Macau has capitulated. There's another naval invasion, I guess. Yeah, the Danish now. Danish and Polish forces have landed in China. And they're going to have a fun time containing those guys, aren't they? Move in here. Take this area. Take this area. Encircle. Encircle. Get the encirclement done. These guys are moving so slow. The armored units are just so slow. It may not be worth it to really move them around so much. This is not really paying off for us. Industrial alloys has been researched at this point. Let's now start researching. What can we grab here? Let's start researching. I don't know. Research. Organized industry 2. Get that done. That's a 2004 level tech. The encirclement has been made. That is going to be a huge loss for China. They're going to lose a ton of divisions. Denmark has called in Greenland to help us. Here's some lend-lease from the Kingdom of Spain. Good. China's going to lose, like, what? That's a mechanized infantry division. I mean, there's tons of trapped units there overall. Just make sure they don't escape with the Third Army. Use our tank divisions to just mop up the resistance there. There's a lot of American units, a lot of NATO units just hanging out in Vladivostok for now. Don't know why, they just are. And it looks like the NATO forces are starting to make their way more in South China, near the, Guangzhou. Yeah, they're down there for sure. I wonder if we're going to be able to reach Beijing. I don't know. Just get this encirclement done. This is a lot of Chinese divisions. Look at this. Like 44th Airborne Division, 63rd Army Artillery Brigade, these anti-air defense brigade, armored brigades, and they're going to be destroyed in this pocket. It's gone. They're going to be disappeared. They're going to just disappear. Like, look at them. They're gone. There's a coup in Albania. All right, then. Bring forth all the armor we have to bear. Now let's start researching. What can we research? Let's research possibly enhanced platform to give our artillery more soft attack. Doctrines available. Land attack. Let's unlock delay to give our leg infantry more organization. Moving the rest of the Russian armor here and engage the enemy. That will probably send them back more. And those units are going to be gone very soon. I keep saying that, but they are going to be destroyed shortly. We're no longer doing so badly with fuel. I think so anyway. Yeah, the air situation is not as bad as it once was. Do we clearly dominate the skies here yet? No. We have lost some planes, I'm pretty sure. They were losing planes also, though, to be fair. And those units are gone. That was brutal for China. Let me check the losses. We're only like a few months into the war at this point, I think. And this war has been going on since, let me check here, since World Tension, the country date. When was it again? They joined the war. 2000, and somebody detonated nukes. Who deployed nukes? Oh, declared war on the 1st of January 2004. Who detonated nukes in China? Well, against China. Let me check the casualties. China has taken 312k. Russia, on the other hand, has taken 119k. We're the main force of NATO conducting this war. So, that is what is happening now. I don't know who used nukes on China. That is, wow. How are we going to get an encirclement here? I see one possibility. Let's move for this area here. This area, yeah. So the plan is now for an encirclement, a grand encirclement to take place. We'll move in the Third Army down through Jilin, take Mutkin, and move down there and just cut off this entire force over in Manchuria, who is losing ground, by the way. So it's going to make more sense as we get down there with the Third Army, hopefully. They just got to get in position. Russian armed forces has been researched, and I got to move the Third Army up once again to get them in position. And the thing about the Third Army, they're just so slow to react to what's happening. I mean, my micro just doesn't move as fast as the automated system for the front lines do. And somebody was shot down. Okay, how many planes have we lost? Let me check. We've lost, it doesn't really say. We have lost a few aces, though, I think. Possibly. We've lost some planes. We have indeed lost a few planes. I will admit to that. Let's advance here, though. Just drive back the enemy where we can. What are we missing production of? We need more what? Bombers. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Make some more bombers. Let's go make some more bombers then. Gen 3 bombers. Get some Tu-22Ms made. We need 120 of them. Here's some Lend-Lease from Canada. Thank you for the main battle tanks. Good. Now let me check what our tank divisions are even using at this point. They still should have plenty of T-80s. You would think so anyway. So let me check the T-80s. I mean the tank divisions equipment. They're using at this point tanks. Still a bunch of T-80s. But they do have an assortment of other stuff. They have, at this point, a lot of captured Chinese equipment. Yeah, I can see they have a lot of they have some captured infantry equipment from the Chinese. Moving here, though. Get this encirclement here. That might be better than Mukden. If we can just take advantage of that position, though. Move in, though. Attack with the armored spear of Russia and break away these forces. We got to take we got to capture all of their armor, I mean all of their ports as well, not just their, not just their provinces. We need their ports, so they can't reinforce either. We need all that under our control. Let's move in here, also get rid of this order. This is your front line now. Move forward with every division we have in the 3rd Army, and take this province down here in eastern Liaoning. Capture that though. Keep one motorized rifle division here to just hold the line, just in case they move too fast for their own good. I mean, the 3rd Army does, and the armored formation of Russia is slowly making their way to their encirclement position. Let's start researching now. Research improved missiles to get our units to have more anti-air attack, or whatever, just anti-air bombing reduction. Keep pushing forward though. Just trap the enemy. We gotta get it done. Or go for this province instead. Just go for that province. I can settle with that. Moving this unit here. We are actually holding the line now. Move more units down. Just break through everything you see. Bring in the tanks. Overwhelm this motorized unit. Or go around it. I don't care. Oh great, now the tanks have no organization. That is bad. They just need to move out of the way, don't they? Go... I don't know what we can do. Overwhelm them. You have the numbers. We're crying out loud. Break through them. Smash through them. You have tanks. The tanks aren't very useful, I guess, at this point. They're running into too much opposition. Whatever. We'll get our encirclement one way or another. We need it so badly here. I mean, we don't need it. I want to see it happen. Because encirclements in Heartspire 4 is one of the most fun things you can do as a country, as a person playing this. And Azerbaijan is being invaded by Iran. I think Azerbaijan was guaranteed by, Azerbaijan was guaranteed by Turkey, who is a member of NATO. So you can imagine what's probably going to happen to the imperial state of Iran. That was a bad mistake. They won that civil war, and I guess they thought they could take on the world. Now let's get an aircraft designer. Let's go with maybe Mikoyan. No, that's not what we need. What do we need here? Panavaya? No. No. Thai? No. Let's go with the Panavaya then. Light aircraft. Multi-role fighter type stuff. I think that's what that's good for. And what is the weak enemy position at this point? The artillery? Go for this artillery unit here maybe? I don't know. Halt this attack. Move here then. We gotta get an encirclement. However, we can try and get it. Azerbaijan, join NATO. I need some kind of encirclement. I don't care what I gotta do. Okay, now... I'm not going to help with Iran right now. They border us, or no they don't, because we're not the USSR. And the Imperial State of Iran joined the Chinese faction, the Asian Coalition of Peoples. Yeah, Iran joined the Chinese faction. That was a mistake for them, probably. And here's some Lend-Lease from Germany. And did NATO lose ground? It looks like they did, yeah. They lost Macau. They still hold Hong Kong, though. Keep pushing here. There's like one motorized unit here. Break through. Just break through. We have air. We have so many planes. Are they just not useful anymore? Whatever. We'll have to go for another type of encirclement then. Not the grand one I had envisioned. I can see it though. Well, one possible encirclement. Right here. These provinces. It just seems weak enough. Maybe. It just, I don't, what's the deal? What's the deal? Like, the armor is too tough for you guys? We have tank divisions attacking them. The tanks aren't good enough? Or their organization is just bad? Just rest, then. Let's move, actually, 5 divisions over to a different area, then. Just have these guys rest up, then. Move these units up here, though. Get that encirclement started. Move these units here. Try to get some kind of encirclement. Break through those lines. What did I do now? I moved the camera so far over to South America. This encirclement might work. I'm not entirely sure, though. Stop with the tanks. What are you doing? Move the tanks up north. Up to this province. Break through here. Encircle those guys. And just have a victory for Russia. Another victory for us, please. That's all you got to deliver on. Another victory for Gregor Yavlinsky, the leader of the Russian Federation. And I think I'm going to end part 2 of my social liberal Russian Federation playthrough in the Hearts of Iron 4 mod, Novum Vexillum, Global Conflict here. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe. The link to the mods used in this video will be in the video description, so if you want to try them out, the links are there. And have an awesome day. I'll see y'all later.